Me and Olivia were reborn together. She was the untouchable ice queen of our college. I never once looked her way for 4 years, but after graduation, our parents arranged for us to get married. On our wedding day, I laid out the ground rules. We only had to put on a show in front of our parents. Everything else was our own business. I felt nothing for Olivia. I never bothered with her world, and she never asked about mine. No matter how late I came home or if I didn't come home at all. She never said a word. I figured Olivia was just like me, pressured by her parents and had no choice but to marry me. Then the day I suddenly got sick and died, Olivia came rushing to the hospital like a woman losing her mind. She dropped to her knees in front of the doctor, begging and pleading non-stop. "Doctor, please, I am begging you. Save him, please, just save him. I will give you my life in exchange, just bring him back." I was standing by the bed as a soul watching this heartbreaking scene unfold. I tried over and over to hold her, but every single time my arms passed right through her body. I kept trying to comfort her, but she could not hear a single word. She just kept begging the doctor until she worked herself up so much she passed out. Olivia held my black and white photo close for 4 long years, missing me day and night. The grief in her eyes was like ink that would never wash away. Her fingertips gently traced my face in the photo, with a kind of heartache that tore me apart. Then one day she picked up a bottle of sleeping pills, wanting to follow me. Sophie snatched the bottle out of her hand, her voice shaking. "It has been 4 years. He is gone!" Olivia's face went completely pale. She stopped breathing for a moment, then finally spoke in a hoarse whisper. "Yeah, he is gone 4 years now." I stood nearby watching every single second of it. Sophie reached out and hugged her, gently patting her on the back. "Tomorrow is his anniversary. Go say your final goodbye. Stop living in the past." Olivia gave a small nod, her voice soft as a feather. "Yeah, it's time to let go." That night, Olivia cooked a whole table full of food. Every single dish was my favorite. She put a piece of sweet and sour chicken into the empty bowl across from her, her voice barely above a whisper, like she was talking right to me. "Ryan, all of this is what you loved. You had no idea, but before I married you, I did not even know how to cook. I learned from a chef just for you." She stretched out her fingers, a few old scars still visible on them. Her lips pressed together, eyes going red. "I was so clumsy, I cut myself on the knife so many times. But every time I watched you wolf it all down like it was the best thing ever, it made it all worth it." It was only after I died that I realized every meal I ever ate those years was made by her own hands. I always assumed it was a housekeeper she hired, and when I came home drunk, she stayed up all night by my bedside. Every shirt I wore she ironed herself, and even when I was asleep, she would sneak a kiss on my forehead. She quietly cared for me all those years, and I never once noticed. I just kept looking right through her. She placed another piece of poached fish into the empty bowl, her voice cracking. "This is the last meal I will ever cook for you after I visit your grave tomorrow. I'm going to forget everything about you." I let out a deep sigh inside. Even past 30, Olivia was still breathtakingly beautiful. Mature and radiant, she should not be trapped in grief over a dead man like me. She deserved a whole new life the next day. Olivia showed up at the cemetery in a white wedding gown, her hair done in long, loose waves, her makeup flawless. The dress made her look like she had stepped right out of a painting. So beautiful, it almost hurt to look at her, but on our actual wedding day, all I cared about was getting through the ceremony. I never even stopped to look at her in that dress. She smiled at the headstone, but that smile was full of sadness. "Look at me being ridiculous. You never cared whether I was pretty or not." She laid white chrysanthemums at the base of the headstone and traced the name Ryan with her fingers. It felt like something was squeezing her heart tight, her voice trembling. "Ryan, do you miss me?" I reached out to touch her hair, but my fingertips passed right through her. "I miss you." "I am so sorry." She forced a bitter smile, tears rolling down her cheeks. "You would never miss me." "How could you ever miss me? But I miss you so much." She sniffled, her voice barely a whisper. "Honestly, I wanted to follow you, but my mom could not handle losing me too. In a few days, I'm moving away, leaving this city. For good. So before I go, I wanted you to see me in my wedding dress. Just for you, I will never wear it for anyone else." She gave the headstone a little wave and took one long last look, then turned and walked away. I stood there, watching her figure grow smaller and smaller just as she reached the road. Olivia suddenly seemed to remember something and reached up to pull the wedding ring off her finger. The one I had slipped on her hand myself on our wedding day. She had never taken it off in 4 years. But the ring slipped and fell right off, rolling toward the middle of the road. "My ring," she panicked and rushed after it. Right at that moment, a massive dump truck came barreling straight toward her. I shot toward her like a madman, screaming, "Olivia, get out of the way!" Then came the deafening crash. I watched helplessly as Olivia was sent flying like a dead leaf in late autumn. She slammed into the ground hard, and on her white wedding gown, red blood bloomed like winter plum blossoms, burning my eyes. Her face was white as paper. She weakly turned her head, her gaze drifting toward my headstone, a faint bitter smile on her lips, tears streaming down her face. "Maybe this is okay, right?" "No, this is not okay at all. Hang on, the ambulance is almost here. You cannot die." I tried again and again to pick her up, but every time I passed right through her, that helplessness made me hate myself. Olivia's voice grew fainter and fainter, her tears falling like broken beads. "Ryan, the biggest regret of my life is meeting you and falling for you. If I could do it all over again, I would never let myself like you." Before she even finished, her eyes went completely dim. She lay motionless in a pool of blood. "No," I screamed with everything I had. Only one thought filled my mind: if I could just start over, I would treat her right and never let her suffer even once. I would never let her shed a single tear. Then a searing pain exploded in my head. I grabbed my head and crumpled to the ground. Then everything went black. I lost consciousness completely when I came to again. I found myself lying on a bed in the campus health center. I grabbed my phone and looked. The screen showed July 12, 2021. I had been reborn back in college. Before I even had time to process that, I realized something even more shocking. Olivia had been reborn too right now. I had just been hit in the back of the head by a basketball, and the one who threw it was Olivia, my classmate. According to my memory as class president, Olivia would come check on me on behalf of the class any minute. I closed my eyes in excitement, waiting for her. Then footsteps finally came from outside, getting closer and closer until they stopped right by my bed. A familiar scent drifted over, that soft, clean smell that was uniquely Olivia's. I breathed it in deep. "Hey, are you feeling any better?" A sweet voice rang out. I snapped my eyes open, and there was Olivia leaning over, looking down at me, her lashes thick and curled like butterfly wings ready to take flight. I grabbed her hand. In the 4 years after I died in my past life, I had tried countless times to do this, but my hands always passed right through her. Now I could finally touch her. Her hand was warm and soft. Just like I remembered, Olivia kept staring at me, looking at her own hand in mine, the tips of her ears turning visibly red. She pressed her lips together, and after a few seconds of hesitation, tried to pull her hand back, but no matter how many times she tried, it was not working. Olivia stayed quiet, so I just lay there playing dead. Then the door burst open. Olivia's best friend Sophie came charging in one look at me, and she grabbed Olivia's hand, trying to yank it away. "Creep, let go of my girl." Olivia quickly pressed down on her wrist. "Sophie, easy. He is still hurt." You are going to hurt him. My heart melted on the spot that is my wife looking out for me. Sophie stared wide-eyed, looking at Olivia like she had lost her mind. Olivia, did you get hit by that basketball too? Because something is clearly wrong with your head. This guy is totally taking advantage of you and you are worried about him. Olivia looked down, a bitter smile tugging at her lips. She had already made up her mind if she got another shot. She would have nothing to do with me ever again. The girl who poured out all her love at my grave was long gone. Sophie had her hands on her hips, glaring at me. Hey, you are awake now. So why are you still holding Olivia's hand? Let her go, no way. Not only did I not loosen my grip, I deliberately tugged her closer. She beamed me with a basketball and almost knocked me out cold. She owes me. Olivia stumbled from the pull, her face landing right on my leg through the blanket. Her ears went beet red and my face flushed too. Okay, that pull was definitely on purpose, but where she landed was way too awkward. I was sweating from the embarrassment.